Call the meeting of the Whittier Tech School Committee to order. Joe, please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item on the agenda is public comment. Anybody here for public comment? Public comment, going once, going twice, no one here. Next item on the agenda is approval of minutes, June 12th, 2024, minutes of the regular school committee meeting. Is there a motion for approval?
Mr. Chairman, move the acceptance of the minutes of June 12th, 2024.
Motion made by Mr. Irvin, seconded by Ms. Coppinger. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Early?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger?
Yes.
Ms. Delai? Yes. Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mr. Irving?
Yes.
Ms. Lowell?
Yes.
Ms. Drew?
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Slovak?
Yes.
Passes. Next item on the agenda is going to be June 12th, 2024, minutes of the executive session. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second?
Motion made by, I think it was Ms. O'Connor, seconded by Mr. Fitzgerald. Any discussion? Seeing none, call the roll.
Mr. Early?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger?
Yes.
Ms. Delai?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mr. Irving?
Yes.
Ms. Lowell?
Yes.
Ms. Drew?
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Slovak?
Yes.
Passes. Next item on the agenda is going to be the treasurer's report for June and July.
Motion to approve?
Motion by Ms. True, seconded by Mr. Fitzgerald. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Early?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger?
Yes.
Ms. Delai?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mr. Irving?
Aye.
Ms. Lowell?
Yes.
Ms. Drew?
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Slovak?
Yes.
Passes. And student activity account authorizations. Is there a vote for approval?
Mr. Chairman, move the acceptance or approval for the school committee authorize the principal to accept money from the various classes and clubs and organizations.
Motion made by Mr. Irvin, seconded by Ms. Lowell. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Early?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger?
Yes.
Ms. Delai?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mr. Irving?
Aye.
Ms. Lowell?
Yes.
Ms. Drew?
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Slovak?
Yes.
Passes. Old business, no old business is posted. Reports and communication, no student representative report. So superintendent's report. Madam Superintendent.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Thank you so much for coming tonight. I know it's a beautiful night, and I hope you're all having a wonderful summer. So tonight before you, I have personal action for informational purposes, a route bus driver, electrician maintenance department, English instructor, long-term sub, English instructor, chemistry instructor, biology instructor, electrical instructor, summer attendance school, math acceleration curriculum, summer IEP writing assistant, early college coordinator, cluster chair, department heads, co-op liaisons, class advisors, club advisors, fall coaches, equipment technician, and evening school. For the budget as of June 30th, all of our communities have approved our budget. MCAS update, we offered a free MCAS summer program for incoming 9th graders and rising 10th graders. There were approximately 150 students who participated and received English, math, and biology skills. On Thursday, June 13th, I attended a remote early college meeting with Erica Giantro, the executive director of the Alliance for Early College. We just discussed expanding opportunities for our students at Northern Essex Community College. On June 18th, July 12th, July 23rd, and August 6th, I attended remote meetings with Apogee regarding our new website and training. We've been developing a new website, and we hope it will be ready for the beginning of the school year. With the website will come also an app, so we're really excited about our new website. On Tuesday, June 18th, I attended the Kiwanis Scholarship Honors Night at the Phoenician in Haverhill. I want to thank Kara Cosmas, Rich Purcelli, and the Haverhill Kiwanis for their support of our students over the years with scholarships. On Tuesday, June 15th, I attended a remote meeting with Northern Essex and Lane Glen, again discussing the opportunities and possibilities of Emerge Campus. On Wednesday, June 26th through June 29th, I attended the Skills USA competition in Atlanta. I want to thank Jane and Paul Moskovich, Bob Beaton, Eli Roy, John Levine, Tish Costa, and Terry Bragg for the support of our kids during their competition. I'm happy to share that Nathaniel Shramko won the electronics competition again. This was his second national gold medal. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It was great. On July 10th, July 23rd, and August 6th, I attended remote meetings with Lane Glenn from Northern Essex Community College, again discussing the possibilities of a shared campus. On Thursday, July 11th, I attended the Newburyport City Council. This was an opportunity to share the work that Whittier Tech and Northern Essex have begun on a shared campus model with our friends at Newburyport. On July 16th through July 18th, I attended the MASS Executive Institute. This was a great professional opportunity to work with superintendents throughout the state. On July 24th and August 7th, I attended Allerton Hills Communication remote meetings. This is our new public relations firm that we'll be working with this school year, and we're really excited about the work that we've already completed. On Thursday, July 25th, I attended professional development by John Gordon on the power of positive leadership. On August 7th, I worked with the Whittier Finance Working Group for the regional agreement. This group met and discussed the possibilities of opening up the agreement and making changes to the capital cost allocation. On Monday, August 12th, I attended a remote meeting with AI with Mary Bork from MASS. The district may have the possibility of working and learning more about AI with MIT. I hope to have more information on this opportunity at our next meeting. On Tuesday, August 13th, we held our annual golf tournament. I want to thank Kara Cosmas. She worked really hard. Amanda Crosby, Elaine Kepkis, and all the foundation team. Holding the golf tournament is a lot of work, but we're able to make some money and continue to do the great work of the foundation. And unfortunately, I did not win this year, but Mr. Lagunas did. Today, I attended a remote meeting with the Whittier Regional Agreement Subcommittee. This committee is tasked with looking for how members are put on our school board, and it was a great, very positive meeting. School nurse. It's not on your agenda, but it's my recommendation that the school committee vote to approve the appointment of Nicole Mully as the school nurse effective August 26th.
So moved.
So we need a motion to suspend the rules first.
So moved.
It's not on the agenda. So motion to suspend the rules by Ms. True,
Second.
seconded by
There was
half,
O'Connor, but.
half the board. Call the roll on the suspension.
Mr. Early?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Ms. Coffinger?
Yes.
Ms. Delisle?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mr. Irving?
Yes.
Ms. Lowell?
Yes.
Ms. True?
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Flubowski?
Yes.
Now, is there a motion for to approve the appointment of Nicole Malloy as the school nurse effective August 26, 2024? Motion by Mr. Irvin, seconded by Ms. True.
O'Connor. It's O'Connor.
Ms. O'Connor, sorry. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Early?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Ms. Coffinger?
Yes.
Ms. Delisle?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mr. Irving?
Yes.
Ms. Lowell?
Yes.
Ms. True?
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Flubowski?
Yes.
Passes. You all set?
That's all I have.
All right. Next item on the agenda is going to be the Assistant Superintendent of Principals Report, Mr. Leganis.
Good evening, Mrs. Chairman, Superintendent Lynch, the rest of the school committee members. I have in your packet the evaluation of the 23-24 school improvement plan and also the 24 and 25, both drafts, of course, of this year as well, the school improvement plan. So any questions that you have, I can highlight the 24-25 draft and some of the highlights of the things that we're doing. In the yellow, in the 24-25, those are some initiatives that were some new initiatives, but also things that we're enhancing, and it's all for our children as usual.
Any questions? Mr. Rossi.
First of all, super thorough, excellent job. Really hit everything on there. It's a lot of work that went into that.
Thank you.
I just had a question on the new courses that come up. How do you evaluate those, or how long do they usually stay as courses through?
Are you talking the elective courses?
elective courses, right.
And I'm glad I have Katrina here too, and Katrina jump in if I don't get it all right. But, so each year we evaluate, and it's pretty much, interest within the children.
Yep.
And I know that Kelly Fay as well, the curriculum coordinator, Katrina and Ms. Lynch and myself, you know, we evaluate to say, okay, is these substantial in enrollment for the kids? Are they picking these electives? And these are kind of like the, if you will, the hip courses
Yeah.
that are coming in, and I know you noticed because you're in the business. But yeah, some really cool stuff. You know, our clusters and our cluster leaders of, say, the science programs and the leadership team, they're always involved too as well, you know, coming from the teachers.
Super, yeah, they look fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And also and probably like you, my principal's council, I have the students, and you know, the best information comes from the students. And they're always talking about, and we ask them questions, how do you like these courses and the electives, and, you know, and pretty much that's how we come about
Great.
each year.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good question though.
Any other discussion? Mr.
I just had a quick comment question. Is 387 co-op students quite a large number?
That's, you know, that was, are you looking on last year's?
I think,
Is it the
page 50.
page 50?
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry, I was
There's
just.
a lot of pages here, 24.
I know, I'm so sorry. It says approximately 387 were placed in co-op positions throughout the community in 23-24.
Yeah, so that we had a lot. You know, there's obviously that a lot of the companies are looking for employment, and our kids are the co-op kids that are real attractive, if you will. But yeah, that's you know, we get upwards in 150, 200 kids. That's a large amount.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
That seemed like
that's
a
a large
larger
amount.
amount compared to other
Yeah.
years. And then I just had a quick question. Electronic pass, is that like a hall pass? Are you-
Yes, and
Okay,
that's a
I-
very good question. So we piloted the electronic pass system, which is now called Pass System. It's the same company. Again, came from the teachers, and the students said, hey, you know, a lot of schools are picking up no more. We're not doing the pencil and paper and showing the pass. And you guys got to get with the times. So last year we piloted the PASS program, which is electronically where the kids within the classroom, less disruptions, where they just kind of put their pass in on their iPad, and the teacher, some of them have automatic passes where they can just go out, you know who's in there. The great part is the data that we receive. You can look at data, and this is what we're going to do this year. We got to inspect it a little bit more because you can see patterns, like discipline-wise and patterns. So where, you know, little Johnny or whoever is out there, you know, 6 times a day, you know, through every single class at this time, you know, where they're going. So it looks like it's going to help, but again, it's new to us. But this year we're going to really look at that data and hopefully get something from it. And of course, it's all about safety and keeping the kids in line and making sure the instructional time is not disrupted.
Maybe a little tracking device?
Yeah,
on the-
yeah. Well, our security guards too, we equipped them at the end of last year because it made sense. There was nothing to say, hey, where's your pass? It made sense for them to have, you know, an iPad too as well to check, where you say, hey, where are you going to a student? And as you know, if you've been in this building, you know, over the years, which you have, we're very strict. You know, when the kids are in their vocational areas, that's where they're supposed to be. When they're going to the bathroom, that's where they're supposed to go. When they're in their academic areas, that's where they're supposed to be. So it keeps everything orderly, which is a good practice with high schoolers.
Thanks.
Yeah, but good question. Yes.
It's funny, that's a question I always ask a kid or a student or somebody that goes here, what they don't like, okay? And one of the biggest things they say is getting stopped in the hallway.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're getting more material and
Yeah. You know, and you know, with all the devices out there now, and you know, with the epidemic of vaping,
it's also trial and
vaping,
error on both sides.
right? And think about all the electronic devices, from the effects of the vaping and the drug use, and how they're readily available to
That's
everybody.
one of the biggest complaints they have, they're too strict.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
I'm glad.
we have to be, you know, we have to be to keep everything in line, so. But we're lucky, we work as a team, and thanks to you guys and the students and you know, the kids are pretty much the ones that, you know, that police this building, which is excellent.
Any other questions? Seeing none, is there a motion for approval on the school improvement plan?
So moved.
Motion
Second.
by Ms. Delay, seconded by Ms. Coppinger. Any further discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Early?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger?
Yes.
Ms. Delay?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mr. Irving?
Yes.
Ms. Lowell?
Yes.
Ms. True?
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Slabowski?
Yes.
Passes.
Awesome, thank you,
Thank you.
everyone, to another great year.
Next item on the agenda is the business manager, Ms. Cosmas.
Good evening. Mr. Chairman, Superintendent Lynch, members of the committee, nice to see everybody again. Can't believe we're 2 weeks away from school. I have for you this evening, they're kind of combined, the year-end variance report as well as the transfer request. As you know, we do this transfer request at the end of the year, and what happens is when I do this variance report, it shows the columns where I transfer the money to and from. And for those of you who are newer this year, we've been really lucky over the past 3 or 4 years, particularly with the COVID money, to get a lot of grants. So when you think about the fact we do a budget a year and a half before the school year ends, when you get grants that you don't expect, especially when you get large grants for equipment, that allows us to free up money in the school budget, and we do take care of a lot of things at the end of the year, such as supplies and equipment for the next year. So this transfer at the end of the year basically balances all those accounts out so that the budget is balanced at the end of the year before it's, closed for our state reporting. So I would ask that you approve the transfer.
Any questions? Ms. Delay.
Question. I noticed that about half of the total amount of 1.6 comes from 2 of the health insurance lines. About over $800,000. Is that a structural surplus? Is that a conservative estimate of the increase in rates?
Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, when we did the budget, we were expecting like a 5 or 6% increase. We actually had a 0% increase.
Wow.
We had some usage that went down. We had some people change, and so the usage went down. And of course, we were able to shift some to the grants when we got the new grants. So yes, we had a significant improvement, significant savings, as well as if you saw in the salary line as well, because again, when we got the grants, we were able to shift some of the salaries to the grants. So those were the 2 accounts where a lot of that came from.
I don't know what you're doing to get a 0% health insurance increase, but you're doing it.
We've been very lucky with our health trust. We have had good claims.
Any other questions?
Mr. Chairman, move the superintendent's recommendation that we move to authorize the line item transfer in the amount of $1,625,481.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Slabowski. Any further discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Early?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger?
Yes.
Ms. Delay?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mr. Irving?
Yes.
Ms. Lowell?
Yes.
Ms. True?
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Slabowski?
Yes.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the summer.
Thank you. Next item is committee chairperson. In September, the annual agenda items will be the school committee review of the strategic plan and the superintendent's update on the goals. Next, subcommittee reports, executive, we have not met. No meetings needed yet, but we will need one when the bids for the RFP for the legal services come in. Instructional personnel, Ms. True, have not met, no meeting needed. Plan operations, Mr. Murphy is not here, but I believe there's minutes of June 12th, 2024 in your packet. If somebody wants to make a motion to approve those minutes of the plan operations meeting. Motion by Mr. Fitzgerald, seconded by
Second.
Mr. Slabowski. Seeing no discussion, we'll call the roll on the minutes of the June 12th, 2024 plan operations.
Mr. Early?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger?
Yes.
Ms. Delay?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mr. Irving?
Aye.
Ms. Lowell?
Yes.
Ms. True?
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Slabowski?
Yes.
Passes. Salary negotiations, says to have not met, no meeting needed, and.
Actually, I would like to have a meeting to go over a future job description.
Okay.
We could set up a time to have a meeting.
Call me when you're ready.
Could it be before the next school committee meeting?
Yeah, let's look in the calendar.
You're on salary too.
Is there a day that works better for everybody?
Doesn't matter to me
How
at
does
this time.
September 4th, Wednesday, September 4th?
was,
Yes.
Yes, does that work for everybody?
Yes, it does, yeah.
3 o'clock?
Okay.
Your conference room?
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
Good on that?
yeah, thank you.
All right. Policy, Policy Chairman, Mr. Irvin.
Mr. Chairman, I believe we have minutes for the policy subcommittee for June 12th to be accepted. I move them.
Motion by Mr. Irvin for the minutes of June 12th, 2024 Policy Subcommittee.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Fitzgerald. Please call the roll.
Mr. Early,
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi.
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger.
Yes.
Ms. Delai.
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Mr. Irving.
Aye.
Ms. Lowell.
Yes.
Ms. True.
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor.
Yes.
Mr. Slavoski.
Yes.
Passes.
Mr. Chairman, also we have second and final reading for the following policies. BHE, use of electronic messaging by school committee members, ending with EFD, school nutrition program, charge policy. I move that for a second and final reading.
Motion by Mr. Irvin, seconded by
Yes, seconded.
Ms. Lowell. Any discussion? Seeing none, call the roll.
Mr. Early,
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi.
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger.
Yes.
Ms. Delai.
yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Mr. Irving.
Aye.
Ms. Lowell.
Yes.
Ms. True.
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor.
Yes.
And Mr. Slavoski.
Yes.
Passes.
Mr. Chairman, can I
Mr.
have another
Chairman.
policy meeting?
Yeah, I have one more.
Sure.
For our first reading, public comment, we've been working on that. The letters are BEDH, and we added to what was already there for MASC. And what we have submitted is that written public comment can be submitted to the chair or the superintendent's office, or through the superintendent's office, and read by the chair at the following meeting. Comments must be submitted by noon time of the day of the school committee meeting. And that's gonna be BEDH/E. Move that for first reading.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Early,
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi.
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger.
Yes.
Ms. Delai.
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Mr. Irving.
Aye.
Ms. Lowell.
Yes.
Ms. True.
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor.
Yes.
Mr. Slavoski.
Yes.
This is, Madam Superintendent, you're
Yes,
looking for
Mr.
another date?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, if I could have another policy subcommittee meeting, the day of our next school committee meeting, September 11th. We can either do 5:30 or 6. I think there's quite a few policies, so maybe 5:30.
You're at it again?
Never ends.
5:30?
Yes.
Never ends.
Everyone good?
Also, just, it's none of my business, but usually either in September or October, we have an instructional meeting.
So October, well, let's get
Yeah,
these
next
two, and then we'll
month.
do one in October.
Okay.
Meeting dates, next regular school committee meeting is Wednesday, September 11th at 6:30. No new business posted, no executive session posted. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So do adjourn.
Motion made by Mr. Fitzgerald, seconded by Mr. Irvin. All in favor of adjournment? Anybody opposed? We are adjourned.